Well, the main message for the campaign was what everybody around here is sick of, which is the Commonwealth sticking its nose into places where it doesn't belong in the lives and livelihoods of the people who are here. Whether it is with the local schools, the local governments, like the townships and the boroughs, and just the livelihoods. I mean, it's right now in Pennsylvania, it costs about $7,000 per employee just for the mandate requirements or the reporting requirements and that sort of thing on businesses. And we've been driving businesses out of the Commonwealth with the federal government, the federal and the state government, pushing mandates on business and local government. And local governments get stuck with the local mandates, and they've got to increase the local taxes to deal with it. And that drives a wedge between the local government officials and the taxpayers.
Sure. Your results in Jefferson County, which I've been breaking down for this story, kind of the way that the electoral math worked out for this race, and you actually beat Speaker Smith in each of yours home county of Jefferson County. He ends up winning because of Armstrong and Indiana counties. Did you campaign heavily out there, or I imagine you had a pretty small campaign operation, and I imagine you probably focused it in Jefferson County. Can you just speak to that side of it, sort of the operational side of things?
I did do some work down in Indiana County, and I only spent really a day in Armstrong County's Red Bank Township, and the main reason for that, it wasn't from a lack of caring about them. What it is they're so spread apart and trying to make contact with individual voters down there. Most of them don't work inside the township. And they have to travel outside of the township for work, so trying to make contact with them door to door was rather difficult. I did do some work down in Indiana County, and I only spent really a day in Armstrong County's Red Bank Township, and the main reason for that, it wasn't from a lack of caring about them. What it is they're so spread apart and trying to make contact with individual voters down there. Most of them don't work inside the township. They have to travel outside of the township for work, so trying to make contact with them door to door was rather difficult, especially when the primary being bumped up as much as it was. It had an effect on it because I don't like to knock on doors late in the evening or when it was dark, that sort of thing. Another factor with this whole thing was the fact that I had been a civil servant up until January 21st. 2 days before we were allowed to circulate petitions. I did absolutely nothing for as far as doing campaign work, simply to avoid any potential conflicts or violations of the Pennsylvania's Hatch Act. And I basically started from a dead start. I had no campaign committee. I had nothing until after January 23rd when I started getting things going. So the time constraints and the spread out population base down there in Indiana County, northern Indiana County, and the Armstrong again played a huge factor. I had no staff. I had several volunteers. All told, I think I had about 30 people working for me extensively. A couple people really shone. They were out going door to door for me consistently, and I was blessed. I was just blessed with people that believed in the message and felt that I was someone who would actually not only carry the message in a campaign, but would go down there and take Harrisburg on. Get back with my family a little bit, talk with them, and pray. And I hadn't planned on going anything past the primary. I figured I could take him in the primaries, and was nearly right. Going forward, I have available options for me as far as employment, that sort of thing, and I can seek out challenges. I know I've got a lot of abilities that I won't be lacking for work anyway, or challenges in my life.